I think I would give it like I would think I would give it like an 8 or an 8.5, like as as a piece of like cinema by itself, but like as a Game of Thrones kind of thing, the beginning and the ending, and it being part of a series and a franchise, I'd drop it down to like a 6. So maybe my average comes out to like a 7. I don't know. So, like I say, I mean, I felt a lot. Like I felt, it was very emotional, and so it's a lot. But I don't know. I don't know if it's going to save HBO.
Yeah.
Yo, stop saying that. HBO has endured for a long time, and it'll endure for a long time after we're gone, Preston. How dare you? It's gonna endure.
They really hyped this up. Like they were really, really trying to get the advertisements for it. So
a lot of people are saying 10 out of 10. A lot of people really love it. Really love it. So take a look at my Warhammer 40K figurine. Oh, I'm sorry. He said, by the way, he put Warhammer 4K, which it would be Warhammer. At this point, it's Warhammer 1K because it's the year 100.
Preston, I hope you don't mind if I bring a special guest in here. Hope you don't mind.
Okay,
Mr. He'll call in soon. I hope.
Okay. Because I was going to wrap up fairly soon, but let's have him.
Yeah, I might have to jump off too.
Oh, I forgot it's fucking 12 for you. I'm so sorry, Trey.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's cool. It's cool.
It's like they still have Euphoria. It's true. Euphoria is their before this was their number one watch show on HBO. So
for now, until the good looking blonde who always gets naked, poor girl, starts demanding more money, and then they're gonna have to cancel it because she's, for what I hear, she's like the entire show right now.
Yeah, with Mysaria is the only one that got naked so far, right? Yeah. I mean, besides randos.
Unless you want to count Rhaenys on the actress for Rhaenys on the premiere.
Let me see if I can accept here. Oh, Phil the Issues guy. Yay! Phil, how are you doing? Let's see if I get... Phil, you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, fuck, his mic is so crisp. Holy shit.
Oh
what is that mic?
Dang.
You have such a nice mic.
Jesus.
It's crisp. So is the vodka. So I'm sorry. I'm a little buzzed at the end of the night, but I just wanted to jump in with you guys. I couldn't help it.
So it's been a minute since we've done a live stream. How have you been?
I've been all right, here and there. We can stop this House of the Dragon discussion and catch up, you and me.
I mean, let's talk about the death of Uhura. Uhura.
Oh yeah. Even though Star Trek V is not my favorite Star Trek, that fan dance when I was a kid watching that for the first time was very influential. That with Linda Carter as Wonder Woman, Uhura was a big part of my early development as a kid. She was one of those early attractions.
She was a great woman. I mean, I think one of the, if not the first interracial kiss, one of the first interracial kisses on TV. Good. It's too bad she's gone.
Yeah, and Shatner's still going strong.
Shatner will outlive us all.
I have to admit, and I know I'm hijacking this stream to talk about. I love his unabashed hate for New Trek because he's saying what other people won't about it, about how horrible it is. When he's like trashing Discovery and Picard, and everyone else, it's okay, it's great. No.
But Shatner's also drinking the grifter Kool-Aid, kind of. I think he called the new stuff woke, and then someone replied to him, bro. No, he called it, I'm sorry, not woke. He called it political, and someone replied to him, dude, you were literally part of the most political thing on TV ever. You were part of the first interracial kiss. What do you mean? That's entirely political. So
you could have just called it, kind of talked like the red team guy. Just called it action schlock. What it is, it's just bad action schlock.
Speaking of bad action schlock, did you enjoy House of the Dragon?
Yeah, I thought it was a good episode. I would say like around the 7. I was at 8, and then I heard you guys talking about the fart, and I went down to a 7. I agree with when Preston said it. It dropped it down to a 7. No, I would say it was good. I think it did what it needed to do as an episode to sort of put you back in that world, and it was sort of a layup episode, like the movie Tin Cup, where everyone's like, Tin Cup, don't go for it, don't try anything too interesting, just do a little layup. And they kind of did a layup where, checked a lot of boxes, and it was good. I think the series could go in a lot of different directions. I think they need to take their time a little bit more. I felt like at times, especially the first half of the episode, felt very rushed from scene to scene, so I didn't have a chance to really take in what I saw. I agree with what Preston was saying at the beginning, where we start off with some words on the screen, which isn't necessarily the best place to start. On all cases, I think they could have shown us all we didn't need to know. It was 237 years from the time Daenerys was born. Like, I didn't need to know that information right there. But whatever. I thought it was okay. It was good. I agree with what you said in your review, Carmine. It was good. Didn't blow me away. Greatest thing I've ever seen in the world, but it was okay. It was good.
I was actually writing my review as Trey, Gladys, and Preston were going, and I think you'll agree with me, Phil, because Trey, have you seen Better Call Saul yet? Because I know Preston hasn't.
Oh yeah, I love that show.
Okay, then I think you and Phil will agree with me. The only show this year that's going to win the prequel wars is not House of the Dragon or Rings of Power. It's Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul was just, even its first season was fucking great. So I think Better Call Saul is the real winner of the prequel wars for 2022. So
it's the best prequel sequel thing since it's the most thing it's most comparable to is Godfather 2, where it could be argued that it is better than the original, but it also could be argued that the original is just a tighter package. But I think that's the best comparison. And Frasier cheers to a certain extent too, but I would say like Godfather to Godfather 2.
But that's the interesting thing about both Better Call Saul and Godfather 1 and 2 is that Godfather 2 makes itself both a sequel and a prequel.
Yes.
As does Better Call Saul, though Better Call Saul is 95% prequel, 5% sequel. But the fact that there's an unknown element, like a sequel element, keeps viewers watching. Like, how is this going to affect that Saul that I saw at the mall? How does this information about Vito affect Michael going forward? I think had they entered how Carmine, you were talking about how the original ending for season 8 was that the White Walkers were still alive. Had they maybe had the White Walkers still alive in the teaser, and then being have some sort of really important information about it, some glyph, and then you go back in time and Viserys is dreaming about that glyph or something like that. We would have had they would have some more stakes. This is going to affect something that's kind of coming later, like the Jon Snow series or whatever,
Holy shit. That's how they bring in Snow. Oh my God. That's it. There it is.
Oh man.
They could have, but kind of already out of the toothpaste is all already out of the tube.
You can put it in. It's okay.
I think what also made Better Call Saul so interesting is you knew kind of where Saul or Jimmy's endpoint was going to be. Kim wasn't there, but you didn't know exactly how she disappeared or what happened to her, and so that kept people kind of engaged, I think, too.
Yeah, absolutely. So. And Preston, by the end, I would say it went from 5% sequel, and this is slight spoiler, but not any information about what actually happens, to the last season, the last few episodes. It was complete sequel. The last few episodes, it was 13 episodes. Episode 9 or 10 sort of ended the prequel aspect, and then 10 through 13 were sequel territory in the final episodes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one of the real weaknesses of a prequel is that we kind of we know where everything ends up. What are the stakes? Oh my gosh, there's this succession crisis, and what happens? We the dragons die, but it's okay because they're reborn. You know, the Targaryens are eventually get kicked out, but you know they're brought back. So, what are the stakes? Like, why should I really care that that Rhaenyra is the heir versus Daemon? So it's got that problem. But yeah, I guess I would have been cheap. I would have like brought the White Walkers back, had a glyph or something, and have Viserys like dreaming about that glyph.
This is great. I'm going to put this in my review. This is fucking phenomenal. Yeah, that's a great idea. They really should. It's just fucking beautiful.
Do you think we're going to see, is this show, because we got that comment in it, will we see a White Walker in this show? Someone asked this in my stream. Will we ever see, will they get that fan? Will they get Enterprise? You know, when Enterprise eventually got to the point where they brought in Cardassians in the Ferengi, even though they had no business in that time. Will we get a point where we just go north for no reason and see a White Walker at some point in the series, Preston? Do you think we'll see that?
They may get that desperate. It's funny when you said like, will they bring in Cardassians? And it's been so long that I for a minute I was like, will they bring in Kardashians? I was like, oh.
Guest appearance by the Cardassians.
Right, that my mind now goes to Kardashians before Cardassians. Considering like how big of a DS9 fan I was. I don't think this season we're going to get any of that. I think this season, it's already filmed. It's already planned out. I think what's probably going to happen is that they're going to see that the ratings are not as strong as they would have liked. These are my predictions. The ratings are not going to be as strong as they would have liked. They want to bring in all these other shows. They need more tie-ins, right? They already did. We already got Corlys and Nymeria getting mentioned. So we already have like a couple seeds. But if they really want a Jon Snow tie-in, which I think they're going to be putting a lot into Jon Snow. And you know, we're going to have to hear about that later. So maybe in season 2. Maybe in season 2, I could see them, like the White Walkers make an appearance. Maybe this idea I had of like him dreaming of the White Walkers or something. But yeah, I mean, Enterprise did that, right? Like Enterprise started out, they're like, oh, let's let this show be its own thing. And it wasn't really doing that great. So they're like, fine. Okay, what if we throw in Andorians? And people are like, we don't fucking care about Andorians. Okay, fine. Klingon was in the first episode, but let's give you the Borg. We'll give you the fucking Borg.
That's not working. Let's bring you Brent Spiner. You want Brent Spiner? We'll bring you Brent Spiner in a Nguyen Sung story with data stuff. We'll do that too. You want that? You want it all in a simulation for Riker to enter?
Yeah, that's true. Fuck. You know, I never ended up watching the last season of Enterprise, and which everybody kept saying like the finale is like the worst piece of Trek ever. That I just didn't bother with it.
Basically, just spoiler alert for the end of Enterprise. The second to last episode, a big character dies, and then the next episode, it all ends up being a simulation that Riker's doing with Troy, and they're basically all of Enterprise was just them and watching a holodeck simulation of the situation to teach them something. It was basically the Saint Elsewhere.
The Saint Elsewhere ending, yeah. But
wait, hold on a minute. Because I'm only, for me, Deep Space Nine all day, every day. Yep. All of Enterprise was a dream or a simulation? It didn't happen?
It was a holodeck simulation put on by Riker.
But it happened. Right. But it was because they had really good records.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know why the records were keeping track of like Scott Bakula and T'Pol, like Archer and T'Pol, like putting goo on each other in decontamination chambers and stuff. Like, why was that needed for the history books? But
someone says, nah, it was just that episode, not
just that episode.
Maybe I was incorrect. Maybe it was just that's not how Enterprise said. Okay, people are yelling at me. That's not how Enterprise said. You're way off base, but okay.
Real quick, Todd in the Shadows has a podcast called Song versus Song where he has the criteria of which song would you rather hear William Shatner cover. That's all songs you want to hear William Shatner cover. Todd in the Shadows is a pretty good channel.
I might need to hop off here. Is that okay?
I'm gonna probably wrap up in like 2 minutes too. But
okay.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna do this last super chat, and then I'm gonna say goodbye. But
sweet. Okay.
I've been on here 3 hours. So, do you the show will have Rhaenyra get eaten horribly, or will they clean it up because of the outrage of Dany's death? Same with Blood and Cheese. Based on this episode, it sounds like they're going to go full shock. I mean, if this episode they're chopping balls and cutting Emma Arryn open, I think they're going to show Rhaenyra getting eaten, or at least that's the plan now, and they're going to have Blood and Cheese. So I think that's the plan. They're going to go full frontal.